So today we are going to learn how to make a mousetrap out of an old laundry detergent bucket, some dowel, or if you don't have a dowel, maybe you could use an old handle to a shovel or a broom. We will also need 2 smooth finishing nails and some old board. In this case, I'm using a broken piece of garage door frame. With just those few things, we will be able to make a better mousetrap. Alright, so the first thing that we'll need to do is measure our dowel. What we want to do is just make this dowel about 1/4 inch shorter than the diameter of our laundry detergent bucket, or whatever bucket you might happen to be repurposing for this project. We cut that down to size, and then we double check it just to make sure we do have a gap on each end, because this dowel cannot be rubbing or pressing up against the side of the bucket. And now for the trickiest part, and that is drawing a little dot in the center of the dowel and then hammering in those finishing nails in the dead center of this dowel. You really want to get as close to the center as you can, because that will allow the dowel to spin very easily and very smoothly. Now, you can never hammer a nail perfectly straight, so what you can do is straighten it out with pliers after the fact. Now we're going to drill just a couple of holes across the widest part of the bucket. And so I'm going to use the handle here to help me easily find the spot where I would drill. We drill our holes, and we want them to be just big enough for the head of that nail to pop through and then pop back out. And the flexibility of a plastic bucket really does the trick here, because that allows us to flex the bucket wide enough to pop these nails through, but then once they're through, they are securely in place. And then we just make sure that our roller spins very freely, and that looks great. Now we're going to just measure up a good angle for cutting this scrap piece of wood, which will become our ramp. And then we're going to affix that ramp to the side of our bucket. I always like to drill pilot holes before driving a screw. We then test our dowel just to make sure it's still spinning freely, and we drill in our final screw. Our dowel is still spinning freely, and now we've got a ramp that will lead up to the dowel. A mouse will try to get some bait on that dowel and spin right into that bucket.